What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my ranking for all 9 of Taylor Swift's albums. So far she's released 9 studio albums. She does have one compilation album, which is a Christmas one. It only has like 8 songs, but I'm not including that one on here because I'm just doing like her main music. I'll go ahead and get started. Coming in at number 9 is Lover. This one came out in 2019, and I was really excited for it because I had really gotten into her last few albums before this one, and I gotta admit I was a little disappointed in it. It does have some good songs on here. I like the first song on here I don't think it became a hit, but it's called I Forgot That You Existed. I really love that song. I thought that was a really good one. And another song that I don't think was released as a hit, it was a duet with the Dixie Chicks called Soon You'll Get Better. I like that song quite a bit. And You Need to Calm Down was pretty good, and Me, I think, is probably my favorite out of the ones that became hits on here. But it just is my least favorite. The Lover song kind of got on my nerves and stuff. I didn't really like that song very much, but as much as most people did anyway. It's one of my least favorites of her hits, but yeah, most of the stuff on this CD that I liked quite a bit were ones that weren't big hits, but I think it's an okay album. It's just my least favorite, so Lover is number 9, and number 8 is Bread. This one to me was mostly forgettable, but it does have some good songs on here. A couple of my favorite singles of hers, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. It's one of my most favorite songs of hers. I love that song, and it's on this album. And I Knew You Were Trouble was really good, and 22, I like that one quite a bit. And Stay, 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 I love that song. But it's not one of my most favorite albums of hers either. Kind of like Lover, it's one of the ones that I feel is more mediocre and everything. It's not terrible, but just not as good as the other one. So it's number 8, and number 7 is Evermore. This is her newest album that came out in December, and I like this one. It's pretty good. I've only listened to it a couple times, so it could have potential to move up, but it does have some really good songs. I really like Champagne Problems and Dorothea. I love both of those songs quite a bit, and Coney Island was really good, and Ivy. It has a lot of really good songs on here. I'm not really sure what all ones have become big hits yet, or released to be hits yet. I know Willow, I think, has, and but yeah, it's a pretty good album. It's not quite as good as Folklore, which came out earlier last year, but I still really enjoyed it and everything. It was awesome getting 2 surprise albums from her in 1 year, and I do like Evermore quite a bit. So it's number 7, and number 6 is Taylor Swift. This is her self-titled debut album, and I thought it was a pretty good first album and everything. I remember when she first started, I was like, yeah, she's pretty good. I never expected her to become as big as she did, though, and become one of my favorite singers, but I really love a lot of the songs on here. The first song that I remember ever hearing of hers is Tim McGraw, which is the first song on the album, and I really liked it. It's actually not one of my most favorites anymore, though. I think it's still a decent song, but it's not one that I listen to near as much anymore. And then it also has Picture to Burn and Teardrops on My Guitar, which Teardrops on My Guitar I think was the one that really got her going, and it's one of the ones she's most known for, and that was a really good one. Picture to Burn was great too, and Our Song was another one that I really liked quite a bit off of here, and Should Have Said No. Just really good songs, and a good first album. So Taylor Swift is number 6, and number 5 is Folklore. This one just came out unexpected last year. I think it was in August. She just dropped it unexpectedly, and it was a really, really good album. I was really surprised with it. She has a new like sound. It's like indie pop and mixed with folk and stuff. It's really, really good sound. I think it suits her pretty well, and it has some really good songs in here. My favorite is Betty, which is probably the one that became the biggest hit off of the album. I also like Cardigan quite a bit, and Invisible String, and Illicit Affairs. There's a lot of really good ones. I like August quite a bit too, which, if I remember right, Cardigan, August, and Betty are all three connected in like three sides of one story. I thought that was kind of an interesting way to do some songs on here, and it is a really good album. So Folklore is number 5, and number 4 is Speak Now. This is her 3rd album, and I really love this one. Has a lot of really good songs on here, especially Mean, which is one of my favorite songs of hers. It's definitely in my top 5, and I think out of the ones that she did that was considered country pop, to me it was the one that had the closest country sound to it and stuff, because it's pretty much just her on the banjo. I love that song though. It is really, really good song, and also love the title song Speak Now, and Sparks Fly was a really good song, and Back to December, which was one of the other big hits from the album. Really like that one. And the first single, Mine, which was released in the summer of 2010. I remember when the music video aired and stuff, and they were playing it a lot on TV, and I used to make fun of it and everything because the song was really annoying and used to get on my nerves really bad, but it's really grown on me over the last 10 years and everything. I don't know if I'd say it's one of my most favorites of hers, but I do like it a lot more now and everything. It just it's a pretty good album. It also has the song Ours, which is a really good one. And but yeah, so Speak Now is number 4, and number 3 is Fearless. This is the album that really, really skyrocketed her to superstardom. It has a lot of really great songs, some of the best of her career, including You Belong With Me, which is definitely one of my most favorites, if not my favorite song of hers. I can't remember. I think I did do a top 10 Taylor Swift songs before, and I can't remember where that one ranked, but it was really high, I know that much. And also Love Story, which she just recently re-sang and re-recorded. It was, I like both versions personally. The original version and the re-recorded version pretty much sound the same to me. They don't really sound that much different. I know there are some differences. I think the lyrics has a little bit of differences, but I like both versions, and I could listen to either or. And the song that she did with Colby Callie, Breathe, I love that song too, and You're Not Sorry, Forever and Always, those are all some of the best songs on the album. And the only song that I really didn't like a lot that everyone made a huge deal about was White Horse. I never really liked that song very much. It's actually one of my least favorite songs of hers that became a single, up there with Lover. I actually think I like this one less than Lover, but White Horse isn't terrible, it just isn't one of my favorites. But yeah, so Fearless is number 3, and number 2 is Reputation. This is another one that I absolutely love. I've listened to this one probably more than most of the other ones, with the exception of Fearless and one other one, but I absolutely love Reputation. I think it's a really, really good album. It has a lot of really good songs, some that became big hits and some that didn't. The first one that became a really big hit, Look What You Made Me Do, I love that song. It's really catchy and stuff, even though it's just pretty much her being pouty about stuff and everything. But I love that song. And Ready For It was a pretty good one. The music video was awesome. It paid tribute to Ghost in the Shell and stuff. That was a pretty cool video. And Endgame featuring Ed Sheeran and Future, that's a really good song. Another one that I liked quite a bit. And I Did Something Bad. It was really good. And my favorite song on the album is probably Don't Blame Me, which I don't think actually even was released to be a hit, but there's just something about that song I've always really liked. It's really catchy, and I get it stuck in my head all the time. In fact, it's probably going to be stuck in my head now just after mentioning it. But yeah, so Reputation is number 2, and my number 1 favorite Taylor Swift album is 1989. Just absolutely love this album. This was the first one that she did that was just solely pop. Because Red did have a couple that were country pop, but this one was her first big, just regular pop album. And personally, I think that this is the best that she's ever sounded and everything. This one and Reputation both. She just really fits into the pop category way better than she does the country pop category, and I absolutely love this album. There's so many great songs. Shake It Off, which if You Belong With Me isn't my favorite song, that one would be Shake It Off would be my favorite. Bad Blood, which I know there's a duet version, I can't remember who she did it with, but the one on the album that I have is just her by itself. I love that version. I don't mind the other one either, but I'm used to the one that's on the album because I've listened to the album over and over again. Wildest Dreams is another really good one. Blank Space, I can't remember if I mentioned that one yet. I might have, but Blank Space is a really good one. I love the music video and stuff, and I like how she's kind of making fun of herself in that song. And How You Get the Girl, another one that's really good that wasn't a hit. I don't think it was released to be a hit, but it's one of the songs I love on the album. Really the only one that I'm not real crazy for was Welcome to New York. I think that song is okay. It's not terrible or anything, it just isn't one of my most favorite ones that became one of her hits. And Style, I like that one quite a bit too. But yeah, so 1989 is easily my favorite album of Taylor Swift. It's just really good album and everything. So yeah, anyway, let me know in the comments what your favorite Taylor Swift album is. If you want, you can also tell me your favorite Taylor Swift song. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.